hang around this place called Hooters in Macapagal Avenue, and that was the first time I saw this band called Black Pipe. At the time, I was interested in looking for a band that will be the backing band for the Amazing Philippine Singing Star Contest, which we started in January 2008. That altogether is another story. So at the time, I was looking for a band that was gonna be backing up the contestants. And I needed a good band, but I was quite tight in the budget, so I wasn't gonna go for the regular variety band, which Red Nose and stuff like that. I wanted new blood because at the back of my mind, I really wanted to do something else. I wanted to basically support a band that's gonna be writing original songs. Unfortunately, the first time I met Black Pipe, they had no original material. They had, but individually, I haven't heard any one of them. So at the time, I was thinking of giving away some of my songs. And at the time, I started posting in YouTube all of these videos about their attempts to make an original composition, or to arrange one of my songs called Nandito Lang Ako. And I was hoping that it would snowball into something. Unfortunately, like most other bands, shit happens. And, the first time I met them, there were 5 of them. There was there's August, who plays bass. There was Kenneth, who played guitar. Joey plays drums. There was Bob, not his real name, who played keyboard, and Aaron, who did the vocals. And I basically would go to their place of gig every once in a while. I'd jam with them. But basically that was about it. The work during that time with the Amazing Philippine Singing Star was quite hectic, so there wasn't really much time to involve ourselves in the making of their album. So it was quite difficult. So after we canned the show, Amazing Philippine Singing Star, by March, I was thinking that the band would perk itself up and motivate themselves in making an album. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Like most other bands, they have a commitment problem. There was this issue as to what was going to be the image of the band and what was going to be played and what was the priority. Pwesto ba sila o gagawa ba sila ng original compositions? Because making original compositions basically takes time. So it is quite difficult for them since playing is actually their occupation. So I've always told them, would you really like it if you read tissue paper the rest of your lives? And by that I meant, accepting requests when you play and get paid shit during gigs and stuff like that, regular gigs. So I think the term for that would be pwestuhan. So for me that was okay, but in all honesty, it was quite pathetic that you grow old like that. That you're very good musically speaking, and it's just talent going to waste. People barely looking at you during sets because they're drinking, they're rowdy, and then some jammer would come up and mess up your set and stuff like that. It wasn't like if you're an established musician and then you'd have this, ascendancy, so to speak. So the difficulty in keeping Black Pipe together, like most other bands, is that they have certain needs. They have different individual needs. They have different individual perspectives as to what the band should be like. So if it was just a cover band, or it was like a variety band, or whatever. But I see the potential in the attitude in that. I've not seen a bunch of young guys stick together and play some really basic music, the old style of music. Right? So some music that I grew up to, and I'm an old guy, and these guys are young. And it's quite fascinating that they like the older stuff, the roots, and then they're really passionate about playing techniques and playing all that stuff. But that's something that I really don't enjoy because I'm a shit musician myself. But I appreciate the musicality of these guys. And I think that they have a good future. The making of this demo album was not really that hard. When the last time I saw them, there were already just 3 of them there. And Aaron was out of the picture. And well, of course, there was also a time when they replaced Kenneth with another guitarist, which, well, in all honesty, that was, the player was good, but it wasn't Black Pipe without Kenneth, and it's an altogether different story. So at that time, I wasn't very close with the band, and it wasn't until they got Kenneth back that I started mingling with them again. With the issue of Aaron, well, apparently, well, August wanted to sing his own songs. Well, we had discussions about this, about perhaps moving back, playing the bass and concentrating on the bass, or stepping forward and being passionate with the microphone and the crowd, and keeping the crowd together, and be a front man full time, and let somebody else do the bass part. The 3 is good. 3 people is good compared to 4, compared to 5, because well, 3 means you only have a third of a chance with somebody fucking up, or messing up, or not being here, or being tardy and late and absent and shit like that. So 3 is good, not bad. Well, most musicians are not given a break. I only have the equipment and the facility, but I don't have the connections. I don't have nothing. I don't have anything to promise them, except that they walk away after all of these sessions that we've had. They walk away with an album. It's demo quality album. It's not really production quality album. Not yet anyway. But it's good enough, at least to preserve the music that they've made. And then August, as a lyricist, is pretty well doing his job. And Kenneth is simply brilliant with the way he writes the music, and he puts the melody and pieces it all together. And as a band, Black Pipe has shown itself very eager group, and a very tight-knit group. Sometimes they quarrel, sometimes they fuck each other up, but that's normal, right? So what do we hope to achieve with this one? Well, we just want a little bit of exposure. I think that every talented individual has the right to be exposed, or has the right to present themselves out into the public and out there, so that people can see what they do. For Black Pipe, I think you guys have a future, so keep on rocking, rock and roll.
At pag nangalit ang mga ngipin, gaya ng nakasaad sa hula.